Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the ADK Rock and Metal channel. Today, we're going to be talking about a local gig that happened, which is normally when we talk about local gig, it's like three bands, four bands that pretty much no one's heard of in the local scene. Well, they'll know in the local scene, but if we were to say outside of Hertfordshire, people would be going, who? Sorry, what? What band is that? But we had a cool band that came into Club 85 on Friday, which was, of course, Cage Fight. Which was, I'm sure Kirk can give us a bit more background on the band Cage Fight in a second. But we also had support with, was it Lucid High, Sentient, and Extreme Death Art. Don't ask me the running order because unfortunately I wasn't able to attend. I was originally planning to be filming the whole event, but since adopting a dog, that has meant that my evenings are not actually able to go out much at the moment until we can sort that out. But it has meant I wasn't there. But I know you guys both went to it. So, yeah, I'm going to hand it over to you to kind of thoughts of the evening and the events. We'll go and run in order, etc. But give a bit of background about the Cage Fight and I guess any of the other bands if you want to talk about those. So, Kirk, over to you.
Yeah, so the headline of Cage Fight signed to Candlelight Records, which famously is the label that housed Emperor and some of the great black metal bands, and probably famous because James Monteith is also the guitarist in Tesseract, but the vocalist Rachel Asp is certainly the centerpiece of the band, and their debut album from 2022 is a fantastic record that Andy and I both love, and they played that at the gig, not in the running order of the album, but the support, it came from Lucid High, who were very interesting, and we'll get to that. Then Extreme Death Art, unbelievable live mix for their sound, and then the great Sentient were the ones who warmed us up for Cage Fight. But yeah, Andy, you said that it's one of those on a Friday night. You're like, oh, can I be bothered? I think it soon changed your opinion when you got there.
Yeah, I was thinking I'd prefer to be on a Saturday because I had a sort of pretty tough day at work, and I had to run an errand beforehand, but it all worked out and I was there in time for the opening band. How should we do this, Coach? Should we talk about Lucid High and then work through the running order? But
just overall, just do a quick summary.
Overall, an absolutely fantastic night. Best show I've been to for a very, very long time, and great sound all night and well attended. You said I've seen it busier, to be honest. I was a little surprised about that. There's a few gaps in the stadium, you know what I mean, making the football analogy. But yeah, kicking things off with Lucid High. Don't know much about them. Quite enjoyed their set. I was looking for a little bit more heaviness from them, particularly when I was trying to capture clips from the channel, which hopefully they will put together and broadcast soon. But guitarists sort of were quite technical. Played some very nice pieces, sort of, I'm rubbish at sort of putting bands in pigeonholes and categorising them, but sort of female fronted band, the young lady up front had a really good voice. I'll hand over to you to sort of elaborate on the sort of style and sort of the music they were playing, but yeah, good opening, sort of a little out of place from the rest of the band, nowhere near as heavy as anybody else, but good way to start the night.
Yeah, I can see why they're on the bill. The lazy comparison for them will be Oceans of Slumber, because the vocalist has got a similar voice to Cammy Gilbert. I thought they're the type of band straight away, and after two songs I need to hear them on record to judge them, because you're always going to struggle to get that ethereal, distorted guitar in a venue like that. It's so hard to communicate that atmospheric quality. There were some good chugging riffs in there, to be fair, but you're right, when you were looking at the hand shapes of the guitar players, there was some really technical chord progressions they were playing. You couldn't really hear them, and the bassist had some problems as well, but rhythmically great band. Vocally, I think it was quite imaginative, because it's hard when you're playing heavy music like that to actually have a melodic voice in there and be powerful. And to be honest, I couldn't really tell some of those songs apart, so I need to analyse them on record. From Hemel Hempstead, they should be entering Metal to the Masses, and might have a good chance of going all the way. I think they just need to sharpen up some of the stage presence to be a bit more charismatic, but I was quite impressed. I just want to listen to a record to give a better judgment of them.
Okay. Well, next up we had, and I was really looking forward to seeing Extreme Death Art. Stevenage-based death metal band, technical, very, very heavy, featuring many, well, most people know the guys in the band from other projects I've been involved in. Listening back to my clips, Kirk, you made a point of talking to me about this, and the man himself, James Kelly, the drummer. How good is he at what he does? I mean, I could hear on my clips again, you'll break down the technical elements, but it's just so precise. I guess it's the double kick drums that were coming through. So that goes to show how much he knows about his craft and gets it set up right at the beginning of the night with the sound man and everything. But the band itself played some, some familiar tracks, and as we both found out, they're still using some very silly working titles. That's on their set list still. That's what they refer it to. They've not finalised what these songs will be called as and when they record them. Some new ones as well, but yeah, really, really enjoyed their set. I thought, and you disagreed with me, that the vocals were a bit low from Chris Roster, the front man. I still stand by that, but you think he was about right. But overall, great set from these guys. Really love watching them play live, and looking forward to their album, which hopefully will be out in the new year.
Yeah, of the four bands, easily had the best live mix. It was as close to perfect as you'll get, which is very difficult, Dave. You'll remember, you go to a death metal gig in the early 2000s and the sound was like pub rock quality, wasn't it? Nowadays, you'd actually think you're listening to a recording session. It was so impressive. The new stuff reminds me a bit like a technical brutal death metal band, like now, without the harmonic minor progressions, but they are not one-dimensional. Every time I hear them, they get better, and the chemistry between them on stage, they're not perfect. There's some really tasty harmonizing guitars in there now, isn't there, as well?
Yep.
But yeah, James Kelly, the drummer, Dave, when he's doing those double kick 16th notes, he's there like swinging his head while he's doing it into the groove. It's incredible to watch. And there were two songs where I was just watching him because I'm just in awe. It's like, wow, he's following everything, and these are technical songs with some some brilliant guitar riffing, but they don't do choruses. But yeah, I'll get the volume of the vocals. I thought was okay. He's getting better and better each show as well, isn't he? He actually does a lot more of the higher screams now, doesn't he, at the end of some of those verses? So yeah, I'm excited about this band. I just said to him, maybe don't rush out an album, get an EP out or some singles, and they'll probably get label interest. So I think they are really at the top of the game already now, aren't they, in terms of knowing each other and feeding off each other, and the technical capabilities of this band is no disrespect to anyone else on that bill. No one's near this standard that they're at.
Okay. Next up we had 2024's Hitchin Metal to Masses winners, Sentient. Again, a band I know very well and love and enjoy watching them. First,
and the 2023 winners, not 2024.
Were they?
Yeah, it
was Dead Flesh last year.
Of course, yeah.
This year.
Chris from this is me. I'm getting completely out of the timeline. Chris from Extreme Death Art made that reference as well. I thought, well, he's got the year wrong. Sure, it's this year. I mean, I completely forgot about this year's competition. So apologies to Dead Flesh and everybody involved in 2024. Anyway, Sentient, yeah. I don't think it's his debut show. It's the first time I've seen their new bass player, Tom, who played guitar in Jackal's Backbone. He looked very comfortable, looked very at home. Very similar to the set they played at Ballstock, I think. Was it Ballstock or Heavy Fest, where it was majority new tracks. Wasn't much in the way of sort of introductions to what they were, which is the band usually do. When new songs introduced the set, they finish with or included towards the end the classic Gaslight, which is a very poignant song for himself. Again, great performance. Joe Burton, the vocalist, he controls the crowd. He looks so at home at what he does. Really interacts well and gets everybody involved, and he just brilliant what he does. Rest of the band, Ricky on drums, fantastic, and Thomas Morton, the guitarist, just leading them with the riffs. Really good band. Again, deserve to go on far, and always enjoy watching them.
Yeah, do you know, I should retract that statement when I said that Extreme Death are far above anyone in terms of technicality. These guys are actually up there as well. That first song, which is a new one, I think it's about 5-6 minutes. There's so many different parts to it, and you're right, the guitar playing in that is insane, isn't it? And Ricky's drumming, my God, that guy is, you know, you can raise your first glass. Clearly, he loves his Meshuggah, doesn't he? There's some like mathematical.
I haven't got one.
Drum playing, yeah, I've got one. He is, he's really pushing himself, and it's so impressive. Great set. You thought that the energy wasn't quite what it was at the final. Looking back, I think when it's a competition like Metal to the Masses, people are more up for it because they know it's a tournament, and you're more likely to get people slamming in the pit. They didn't automatically get that, and they were probably expecting it, but there are a lot of people there who've not seen them. That was their first time seeing them. So, but he got it going near the end, didn't he, as well? And their type of music, it's good. I mean, even though I'm stood at the side, even I'm thinking this is criminal if people are not reacting to this, if they're not moving to it. Good set. I thought they might have thrown in 1 or 2 covers as a laugh, which I know Dave hates. They do Phil Collins, Easy Lover, don't they? And I think they do Duran Duran. But yeah, Gaslighter, everyone just waits for that, don't they? Which, do you remember, Dave, when we interviewed Joe Burton, there's not actually really a chorus to that. They just do it twice, where he goes to the audience. Gaslight's not actually really a chorus. So yeah, I thought they were excellent as always. I think with them, we're in danger of taking them for granted because it's such a strong live outfit. You kind of expect them to be firing on all cylinders every show, even if they're only at 90%, if that makes sense. But I thought they were as good as always.
Okay. And of course, the headliners, Cage Fight. Now, I've been looking forward and hoping they would play Club 85 at some point because Nick Plews is the drummer and he's got an association with the Hertfordshire metal scene, and obviously Club 85 for many years compared with Metal to Masses competitions, been involved in many bands in the scene. And yeah, that Cage Fight album you referred to is absolutely fantastic. Play it a lot, and this is a really, really top band, and I was so pleased to see them at last. Vocalist Rachel Asp is absolutely incredible. You know, big fan of hers. I was, you know, I'll say what your reply to this statement was. I was surprised at how sort of diminutive she was. She was quite small in frame. I thought with the voice that she projects on record and the videos and the live clips I've seen, I thought she was going to, you know, just be sort of, I don't know, more imposing. But she, you know, I spoke to her briefly after, and she's absolutely lovely, really amazing. But your reply was, well, she is French, so that's why she's quite small in stature. I don't know, that's a little bit of a stereotype for French women, I don't know, but she's absolutely incredible. The voice that she's got, the presence on stage, you know, she's absolutely amazing. I was surprised that she didn't take more of the lead when it comes to sort of the between song interactions and introductions. That was left to James Monteith, the guitarist, and Will on bass. He done a lot. Both those guys used backing vocals as well, which really added to the songs. We talk about drummers all day. Nick Plews was fantastic as well. I don't know about the technical side of drumming, but I know what a good drummer looks like and sounds like. And we refer back to James Kelly of Extreme Death Art. He was roped into sort of drum tech at you know, at one point, trying to sort out the cymbals for Nick, but absolutely brilliant set. Didn't want it to end. New songs, tracks from the album, and of course they finished with my absolute favourite, Hope Castrated, which is just an incredible track, and it's a performance that'll long live in my memory. Absolutely brilliant, loved it.
Yeah, I think that'll go down as a legendary show because it is a big coup to get Cage Fight to play that. Like you say, Nick Plews and Will, probably one of the reasons behind it. We want to save this great venue, don't we, in Hitchin? First song, I didn't think they had the mix right. I couldn't really hear James Monteith's guitar riffing in the, you know, like those really fast Slayer Terror riffs. But they fixed that within the second song onwards, and then you really got those chunky grooves. And he ran into the audience, didn't he? I think in the third song, which took me
quite early on, yeah.
Yeah, because I was still looking at the stage, maybe focusing on Rachel, just like, wow, how's she getting this power? And then he just knocked me out of the way. Yeah, they were superb. We expected that, didn't we? With them, it is metallic hardcore at its absolute white hot best, isn't it? Rachel. Yeah, when you look at her as well, she does it a bit like a rock star, doesn't she? As a vocalist, even though she's doing that really aggressive tone with her voice, some of her poses. I don't think you get away with that if you're a male singer in a metallic hardcore band. You know, she's got that French elan, to use that term. But yeah, she's just charismatic. I just found myself watching her quite often. But shout out to Monty. I mean, I know he's famous for Tesseract, but clearly this guy loves his thrash metal and hardcore. Some of those riffs, oh man, they're just like boiling hot, aren't they? It is like Slayer on steroids, if that's possible. And Will, I think Will filled in on guitar originally in the band when James was touring with Tesseract, and now he's the permanent bass player. So if that clash happens again, where Tesseract are touring and Cage Fighter booked for a festival or a tour, it'd be interesting to see who they rope in on guitar. And I will say we've got plenty of people in the Hertfordshire metal scene who could be playing some of those riffs as well if they're looking for any musicians. Yeah, I agree that the size of the set was just right. I mean, that debut album's 35 minutes. It's just 12 bangers. I was waiting for the song Respect Ends, which was the video single, and that was my highlight. But yeah, this will live on long in the memory, Dave. It's a shame you couldn't be there.
Yeah, no, it was a shame I couldn't make the show. If it came to, I reckon, if it came to the fact that James was out touring with Tesseract, I would put money that it's G. LaRoche that gets roped in to play guitar.
He'd love to do that.
Come on, you know Nick. Nick will get G in.
He would
if there's a project, it will be G.
That's a good shout, Dave, yeah.
But yeah, shame I couldn't do it. Now, obviously, while this has been playing, I have been putting clips up for you at home from the shows. Hopefully you enjoy the clips. And all that's left to say is to just thank you for watching our feedback on that show from last Friday. And please do like, share, and subscribe, and check out the other content on our channel. Thank you very much for watching. See you another time. Take care.